Click record so we have this. So welcome to Team Call. I'm so pumped to see all of your guys' faces. Some of you haven't been able to hop on forever, and I love seeing you guys. So we just got back from Colorado yesterday, which was absolutely fantastic. The views were amazing. Just being with the girls was amazing. I know not all of you were able to be there, but like the energy and just being with people, like in the same room, sleeping, waking up at 3 o'clock, like just being together, like it was awesome. And I came home and I literally told my husband, I was like, we need to have a team retreat like every other weekend. And he was like, yeah. But seriously, guys, like it was so amazing, especially because we got to listen to Melanie Mitro. So she's the top coach in Beachbody. And I actually didn't tell the girls that. I just was like, hey, Mel Mitro is going to come talk to us. And they were like, okay, sounds good. And we were eating and I was like, oh, by the way, she's like #1 in the company. And like, I'm pretty sure like all of our jaws just like dropped. Like Melanie Mitro, #1 coach in the company, stopped what she was doing and, you know, like shared with our team and talked with us for like an hour, answered all of our questions or any questions that anybody had. And I actually got a recording of like the 3/4 of it. And so what I'm going to do is I uploaded it to YouTube. So I'll put it in like our team file section. It'll say like team calls and it'll have all of them. And I'll put Mel Mitro team retreat. So you guys can check that out. So you'll be able to see us and then obviously listen to her and her story. I'm going to share bits and pieces of her, like of what I took away from her call tonight, and then I'm going to chat a little bit about what we learned from Josh and kind of end the call that way, if that makes sense. So before I do that, I had a couple of like things to touch on before we got started. And so make sure that as a coach, you're like simplifying things for yourself. That meaning we have a team page called Team Empower Dynasty. That is where you're going to see notifications from me. And I swear they're important. I swear they are. Like I try as hard as I can to find the best information to share with you guys. So if you're looking for something, go to that page first. It's called Team Empower Dynasty. Every single one of you guys should be in it, hopefully. If you're not in it, just let me know and I can make sure that you get added in there, but you should be in there, fingers crossed. That's where I share like the calendar for the month. That's where I share like energy and motivation. Cass posted in there this morning a motivational like photo to kind of get us going for Monday. That's where you can ask questions. You can shout your coaches out. Whatever you need for that, for the team page, you can definitely post in there. But basically I will share like any trainings that I come across, any videos I think are good quality content, anything you guys need to know ahead of time or just in general will all be in there. And so if you could do me a huge favor on your Facebook, if you go to groups, you can pin the group to like your shortcuts. That would be wonderful. And if you as a coach could check into the team page 1 time a day, I'm perfectly okay with that. Like I literally check it like 30 times. You don't need to do that. I'm just super like OCD and have to check it before I go to bed. But if you could try to check it at least 1 time a day, maybe in the morning and then maybe at night if you have the time, just to look and see like if there's good information in there, if there's anything in there that you need, or if you need to ask a question, then that way we have like 50 other coaches that can, you know, answer your question potentially. The second thing is I have all of you in pods. And if you're not in a pod, like join a pod. Like we need to have the parties in the pods. So I have a new coach pod. And what that is that's for brand new coaches, people who have not been through coach training yet. Maybe they're working their way through coach training. And then I have an Emerald Push pod. And I'll give like a little secret. I call it the game changer pod, because like that's seriously when people's businesses change from that new coach. They're building that foundation to like the Emerald coach where it's like that game changer pod. And so things are changing. Your business is changing. You're understanding how to coach. You're understanding how to post. Maybe not 100%, but you're still posting and you're still showing up. And what my goal is everybody in that Emerald Push pod, we get them to Emerald. Once you hit Emerald, then you graduate and you get to go to the Diamond Push pod. And so that is where I consider a lot of our leaders, not saying that my new coaches can't be leaders, not saying that my Emerald Push Pods cannot be leaders, because that's not the case. It's just the fact that they've been through all of it. They've signed people up. They kind of sort of get the leg situation, like they understand maybe what diamond is or what it looks like, and that kind of thing. And so everybody in that diamond push pod, what our goal is to get everybody to rank advanced to diamond and then into like our star diamond push pod. And so that's kind of like that sequence, if that makes sense. So if you're in the new coach pod and you're like, girl, I'm emerald, like I need out of this pod right now, let me know and I can continue to move you. But I'm tracking all of you guys. And so that way, when you reach out to me, I can go to my list and I can say, okay, like Jody is 3 and 2. So I know that she's working towards diamond. So she's probably in my diamond push pod. Like I just know where you guys are at. Like I know where you are. And so the emerald group, like everybody in there, my goal is to get everybody in there to emerald, like in a week's time. Like if you're in there for 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, like that's kind of too long. We need to get you in there. We need to get you your coach quick wins, and we need to get you to the diamond pod so we can like come together and build as a team. So I just wanted to make that aware. If you could possibly check the pod out like 1, maybe 2 times a day. I try not to post too much in there, but there is good quality content. Like I shared the team call tonight. I can share Mel's call in there. Sometimes I do like motivation in the morning. Sometimes I do like reminders for team call, those kinds of things. And it's just a great way for me to connect with you as a coach, but then also like you getting that community too. So I always encourage, if you have something personal, like you can definitely message me. You don't have to put it in like the pod or whatever. But if you have a question about Instagram, Facebook, posting, how to sign somebody up, customer versus coach, like any of those like working questions, put them in the pod, and then I can catch like the pod, like I can get all of you at once basically, so we can answer all of those questions for everybody, if that makes sense. And so just realize that like if you can do me a giant favor, I would love you forever, even though I still will. Check into the team page, check into your pod before you like go to bed or something, just so you're like, yep, I checked it, nothing new in there. Or maybe, hey, I need to check this out tomorrow, whatever it is. Do not feel like just because it dings you have to check it, because I'll be honest, at school I hear my phone, I'm like, oh my God, I wonder what my coaches need. I need to like understand that I'm working. I have to check it during my business hours, otherwise like I go crazy. So those 2 things. And then my last thing is just simplifying the business for you. And so checking into those 2 things should hopefully be a daily task for you. But what I'm most concerned about is your personal development, that you're posting on social media, and that you're taking care of yourself, whether it's working out, whether it's doing 2B mindset, whatever it is, like you're taking care of you, you're doing your personal development, you're posting on social media, and like reaching out to people, like doing your vitals, doing those vital behaviors. Like I tell people, if you don't do anything else, post on social media, read your personal development, and like show up for yourself, whether, workouts or mentality, whatever it is. So just those 3 things. I know they're not super quick, but write those down so you have those, because everything moving forward, things are going to get more intense because our team's going to be growing. Our girls are going to be rank advancing. Like our team is going to be blowing up, and we want all of you with us. So if you're in those pods, like you're with us. If you're in our team page, you're with us. I don't want you feeling like you're by yourself. You're, out in the middle of nowhere, because I've been there. My coach has made me feel like that. And I don't want you to feel like that, if that makes sense. So I want you to feel like you're part of a team. I don't care if you're my downline or not. Like we brought Jody to Colorado. If you're going to kick ass and you're going to run with us, like we're going to take you along with us. So just know that we're always here for you, and we're always here to help you. People run at different paces, and that's totally okay. I don't care if you're a coach for the rest of your life. Like I love you 110%. I'm always going to be here to support you and your goals and where you want to be at. But I know you're on this call, so like you want to push your business forward, and you want to continue, and you want to grow. Okay. So that being said, this weekend we were in Colorado for a team retreat. The girls had to hit Success Club for 2 months straight. And most of them, or some of them, are well on their way to hitting Success Club for May, which is amazing for them, since they've been pushing. They had to be Emerald before they could go. And that some of the girls had to be Diamond before they got there to get some Diamond treatment. The other team may or may not have followed like all of the rules, but our team did. And I felt really good with our team showing up and just like owning their business and just owning themselves. And I feel like when we talked with Josh, and I feel like when we got to listen to Mel, like they had a sense of worth and a sense of like, accomplishment, because like they was literally sitting in Colorado in the mountains, like for free. Like they got to stay for 4 days, you know, and hang out with us and whatnot and just have a bunch of fun. But we also got to listen to Melanie Mitro, and she is top number one of the company. Thanks, new nails. She's top number one in the company. And she spoke with us about consistency. And there was some things that when she was talking, I wrote them down and I thought of myself right away, which is crazy to believe, because I'm hoping that that means that like I'm going to be successful like down the road. But she always really focuses on grunt work and like grit. Like that is her thing, is just grit. Like, do you have grit in your business? She talked about, you know, even though you might not feel good, even though you might have a headache, even though you might just want to eat everything in the kitchen or whatever it is, like you still are showing up for yourself and you still show up for your business. And so I call Melanie Mitro the consistency queen. She is all of that and like 1,000 times more. She's been coaching for, I think she said it was her 7th year anniversary, I think is what she said. But she has been top coach 4 years in a row. So she knows what she's doing. I know you guys have seen her face before. She's blonde, she's gorgeous. But she shared like dark with us. Like she shared who the hell Melanie Mitro was. And it was so amazing to hear her story. You know, she talked a lot about like just how she's gotten her business to where it is today. And some of the things I took away was her focus is when she wakes up in the morning, she asks herself, how can I bless people? How can I bless people with this opportunity? And so when you're posting, how can you bless somebody's life with your opportunity? Jaden, I just saw one of her posts. She shared about her income. It wasn't icky. It wasn't like in your face. It was totally just, you know, hey, I'm kicking ass. I just paid for my student loans. Like, people are going to relate to that. Like, she's blessing people with letting them know that that opportunity is there, and people are going to see that and they're going to want to join her in a couple of weeks when she says, hey, Coach Sneak Peek, come check it out. So just wake up in the morning and think about Beachbody as like blessing people. Like I always say, paying the gift forward. So whichever way you want to think about it. She also shared some things that she always shares her progress photos every Sunday. So it doesn't matter if she's following a program. It doesn't matter what she's doing. Every Sunday, she's like, here's my day one. Here's where I'm at right now. I try to share it 3 times a day. So I try 3 times a week. I try to do Sunday, Tuesday, and then like Thursday or Friday, just depending. So I do try to share progression photos 3 times a week. If you feel like you don't have that many photos, do 2 times a week. As long as you're getting it out there that what you're doing is working for you, whether it's like I always see, I think I saw Karina do one about her when she had her baby, and then her where her baby is now and like how she looks and just the comparison. I think Jen compared her booty one day. Like, you know, you can compare whatever you want. Like it's you versus you, but just sharing like the progression. And she talked about 3 to 5 times a day. She posts on social media. And so that's totally up to you. Facebook, I'm more of like 2 to 3 quality posts, but Instagram 3 to 5 is perfectly fine. Just sharing that with people. And she gave us a really good personal development, recommendation. It's called Slight Edge, and it's by Jeff Olson. It's a really good book. The front of the cover is literally cut. It's the weirdest thing ever, but it's a really good book. So she always recommends Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. She said that that's just a book that's changed her life. And then when we were doing our talk with Josh, he recommended the 10X rule, which I have that book. It's an incredible book. It just takes you from your goals and it like turns them up, like takes it times 10. So 10X rule is also a really good book to read. She talked about, doing small steps. So taking those small steps, like every single day, what could she do, a little bit more every single day. And so she sets out to find information herself. And this was one thing I wanted to chat with our team about. If you are wondering, and I'm going to say this as nice as possible, because when I asked my coach the first time, she goes, I don't know, Google it. I was like, all right, cool. But honestly, you guys, Google is incredible. Like it has so much good information. When I looked up like how to run my iPhone or how to do a live video or what Zoom was, or, you know, the back office of Beachbody, or how to run Instagram. Like Google is amazing. You can go to Google and you can literally type in anything. There'll be tons of photos or videos there for you. So just researching and being your own, like your own boss, your own CEO, like finding the answers to things. That does not mean I don't want you asking me questions. That does not mean I don't want you like posting in the pods. That's what that stuff is for. But like if you're wondering how to get better photos, Google like the heck out of it and you'll find some incredible training. That's how I figured out how to take photos in front of a window. Like I literally Googled it online. I was like, my photos suck. Like how can I improve my photos? I Googled a lot of stuff with Instagram because I'm not very like Instagram friendly yet. Try new things, like be okay with trying new things, be okay with posting new angles, new apps or new filters on your phones, like those kinds of things. I know April's on the call. And so when she started coaching, her posts were pretty similar. Like it was fitness. And now it's like, hey, I'm a rock star in your face. And then the other day, I'm pretty sure I saw her like doing this and like just making herself her. And I've loved watching her grow as a coach. And you guys are all going to do that. You guys are all going to grow as a coach. And so just being okay with trying new things, with posting, learning new things, doing Instagram stories. I know Laura does a really good job at trying to do new things with Instagram. So that's super awesome. You know, utilizing everything that you do have. So you have a rock star team. Ask questions. We have rock stars on this team that can answer your questions and help you. We learned this weekend that Mary has like 90 different things that she can do. So I guarantee if you guys have a question, like Mary can help us. Be consistent with your pace. She talked a lot about, she kind of like visualized or made us visualize our business as a well. So if you think about like when you're pumping the well for the first couple of minutes, is there any water coming out? Like nothing's coming out. You're just sitting there and you're pumping. And so pretty soon, once you start pumping, the water starts flowing. And if you've ever stopped pumping a well, the water still like flows out because you've been like pumping it for so long that the water's coming out. If you think about that with your business, and I never thought about this until she said something and I was like, oh my God, like I never even thought about that. Your first 18 months of your business, you guys, you are just sitting there pumping the well. Nothing is coming out. You're like, my coach is crazy. She wants me to post on social media. Nobody wants to join me. Like, I'm not getting any likes on my posts. I have 2 comments. One's my mom and one's my boyfriend. Like, you're pumping your well as your coach. Nothing is happening. And then I promise you guys, like, it comes out and water will flow. Your business will flow. Like that momentum will go. And so thinking of pumping the well as posting on social media, reading your personal development, inviting people to join you. Like it's going to happen. You just have to continually show up. And we even talked about this weekend. So many coaches quit before it's good. So many coaches quit before they can like reap the benefit of them kicking ass and it paying off. You know, like I know Jen's on the call. She posts every single day because it pops up on my news feed. And I'm like, maybe I can be a mom because she's making it happen. Like I know you guys are posting. I see all of your guys' posts on social media. I know you're there. Just know it's going to pay off for you guys. I promise you that. You're just building that trust with people. And pretty soon you can throw up a post that's like, hey, I'm looking for 10 people. Who's my 10 people? And you have like 30 people that are like, I want to be with you. It's going to happen. Just let that well keep going. And she did talk about the fact that like if you pump too fast, like you get tired and you quit too soon. Same way with coaches. Like they post, you know, for 4 days and they're like, oh, nobody liked and commented. I'm done. I quit. Like that's that same thing. So just think of like slow and consistent pace. And then let's see. She did talk about the fact that she was diamond. Correct me if I'm wrong, girls, but I think she said she was diamond for like, is it 9 months? I think like it took her 9 months or she was diamond for 9 months. Yeah. So when I heard that, I was like, what? Like #1 coach in the company was diamond for 9 months. Like she should have been, you know, 20 star by day 2. But she was doing everything consistently over time. And once she hit diamond, she's not saying that you have to hit diamond, you know, in less than, or in more than 90 days. She's just, or 9 months. She's just saying that that's what happened for her. She just mentioned that she was working so hard that finally when she hit diamond, she hit 1 star. When she hit 1 star, she hit 2 star, and it just blew up from there because she put the work in beforehand. So even if you went diamond in 30 days or 60 or 90, or if it's taking you a year, it doesn't matter. Like, your momentum is still building and it's still going, and to not give up on yourself. Okay. Okay. Trying to think of anything else with her. I don't want to say like too much because I had that call for you guys, so you guys can listen to it and watch it. And then the other thing was the momentum and like the vision, like having that bigger picture as a coach. And so I don't know if any of you know her story, but her husband was not on board with coaching when she first started. He was actually like against it and kind of told her that she was stupid for doing it. And they actually almost got a divorce because she like tried doing it behind his back. And like, there's just this big story with her. And now she's top coach in the company, like makes the most. Like, her husband runs her business with her. He does all of her book work and stuff. Been top coach for 2 years. It just goes to show that she said that she just needed to show him that she was making it a business, show him that she was serious, prove to him that it was something she wanted to do. And I was the same way with my husband. It's not that he like talked down to me or made me feel stupid for joining Beachbody. He just was like, you don't need Beachbody. Like, you're an athlete. You don't need workouts. You don't need Shakeology. And I was like, I do. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't be looking for something new. Like, I would already be happy with where I was at. And so I was doing Beachbody. And then for him, like with coaching, at first he was like upset when he wanted to watch his TV show. And I was like, do you mind if I like send a couple messages quick? Or do you mind if I read my personal development while you're watching TV? And like, we kind of butted heads a little bit, but I was like, here's the deal. I want to make this work. Like, I want to make Beachbody something for me and for our family. And so you guys, I had to show up month after month and like show him that I was serious about this business. And I had to show him, hey, I have a new coach, or hey, I helped 5 people this month and I can pay for our electric bill and I can put gas in our car. And now like I can pay for stuff, at a week's time that took me like months before. And him just seeing that growth in the business and him seeing me be serious about it, I think has made the transition a lot better. So if you want your spouse to be on board, you have to be on board too. Like, you have to be 2 feet in, and then I promise you, like, they will join you. They don't have to love Beachbody. They don't have to do Beachbody. They don't have to drink Shakeology. All they have to do is love and support you. And if they do drink Shakeology and work out, like, totally a bonus. But just understand that, like, they don't have to understand, like, Beachbody. They just have to love and support you. And the only way for them to do that is if you continually show up and just, like, prove to them and show to them, like, why you're coaching. And so the big question that Mel left with us is, like, why are you a coach? And so, like, I want you to really think about that. Like, even write, like, a couple of things down. Like, why are you a coach? Like, why did you decide to become a coach? And I know, like, for me, I wanted to help people when I first started. Like, I just wanted to help people. But in order to help people, I actually had to, like, give them challenge packs. Like, I had to sell them challenge packs. And at first I was like, oh, it's icky that people are paying me to, join my challenge group. Or, oh, it's icky for me to talk about a challenge group or talk about money. But my husband was like, you can't help people if they don't invest. And I was like, you're right. Like, I can't. And so a couple of our coaches, like, when we were at the retreat, they're like, hey, I'm kind of money driven. I think that's okay, because the thing is, like, the money is attached to helping people. Like, if you want to make $100, like, you have to go help people. And I think that's kind of where, like, that wheel gets turning. So really think about, why are you a coach? Like, why did you decide to become a coach? Why did you sign up with your coach? Why are you on this call right now? Why are you spending time with me instead of sitting on the couch watching TV, I don't know, binge eating, whatever, and watching Netflix, like, whatever it is? Why are you on this call? Like, why are you a coach? And share that with people. Talk about that. I don't do that enough myself. I don't give my team enough recognition myself. Like, I need to do more of that, but just understanding that, like, what drives you, like, what has you show up every day. I was surprised when Josh asked my coaches, like, what are they doing daily, or what aren't they doing daily? And one of my coaches like legit was like, I show up every day, I post and I message people. Like the one thing I need to work on is XYZ. Like to hear my coaches say that they're consistent was exactly what I wanted to hear. And it like feels so good to know that you guys are consistently posting and talking to people, and just understanding like why you're coaching and like bringing that to light, and sharing that with people. I have like 800 pages of notes from her call, so I'm not going to like totally go through all of it, but those are just some points I wanted to hit. So just understanding the consistency game, understanding you're going at your own pace, but it's okay to push yourself a little bit. I think the girls from this weekend figured that out. You have a goal for yourself and then like push yourself a little bit farther. Understanding like why you're coaching and why you're showing up, and then realize that like your spouse and like your family are going to support you once you get going. Something I didn't tell the girls when we were at the retreat, my mom and my sister went. Those were my two probably of my biggest skeptics when I first started Beachbody, was my mom and my sister. They both were like, you don't need it. That's stupid. You don't need to do Shakeology. You know how to work out. You're an athlete. Like my mom was one of my biggest like naysayers of Shakeology and of Beachbody. And she now drinks Beachbody drinks Shakeology. She's lost tons of weight doing Beachbody, and she got to go on a team retreat with us and be with our girls and stuff. She's battling a bunch of health issues, and she was able to hike up like half the way up a mountain and stuff with all of our girls and experience that with our team. And so like that full circle for me, whether she's here next year or not, like that was enough for me to like, say that Beachbody has changed my life and my family's life. So just understanding like why you're coaching and like that it can help other people and help change their lives. So I still can't talk about it without crying. Whew. Okay. So next part is Josh. Like he ripped our like onion layers back. Like I felt like Shrek when I was like, onions, like ogres are made of onions. Like we have layers. He literally just went to the freaking core of every single one of our members. And I want to give you those questions that he asked us. And I want to share them with you so you have them and so you can kind of like peel back your layers yourself. So I did write down his questions. And I want to share that this part of our team retreat changed my life. Like I've been coaching for 2.5 years and sitting with my team for 2 hours, listening to like their why, listening to like what's holding them back, watching them cry. Like it wasn't like a bad cry. I think it was a good cry, like just listening to them and understanding that I sat in my living room 2.5 years ago, bawling my eyes out because I hated my life and didn't want to continue on. And now I'm sitting here 2.5 years later in front of a team, a freaking rock star team, talking about our future and our goals. And so his first question was, what is your ideal dream life? Okay, so whether you want to write it down or you want to watch the replay, I don't care. But I want you to think, like, what's your ideal dream life? If you could have anything, nothing stood in your way, you could reach all of your dreams, where would you be at in 10 years? Like, where would you see yourself in 10 years? And then like, think about it. Like, why would you be there? Like, why is that what you think? And so I'll share just bits and pieces of mine because I can't do it without crying. In 10 years, I'm going to be 37. Okay. So I'll close to 40. I talked about having my dream home that my husband and I built. I talked about being home with my kids. I talked about letting my husband do whatever he wanted to do. I want to be retired in 10 years. Retired meaning I'm doing Beachbody, but I'm still like my own boss. I'm at home. I'm in my newly built home. My husband can coach if he wants to. He can golf if he wants to. He can go do whatever he wants. And to like retire both of us, and just being at home with my kids and helping my parents, like setting my parents up, because like they've done so much for me and they're going through so much. And I've seen them and my sister go through like paycheck to paycheck, and it's just not fun to watch people do that and struggle. And so that's something that I really want to do. And that's kind of something where I see myself in 10 years, home with kids, maybe a couple of dogs, like living my own life, doing Beachbody full time, and my husband able to do what he wants to do, debt free, living in our own home, those kinds of things. So where do you see like yourself in 10 years and what's like your ideal dream life? The second one was what's the story you're telling yourself? And at first I was like, wait, like, we want to share our story. We want to talk about our story with people. So when he was like, what's the story you're telling yourself? I didn't quite understand at first, because I was like, what do you mean? He's like, no, like, what are your limiting beliefs that you're telling yourself are true? Like, what's the crap that you're telling yourself so much that you're making it true? And I will be completely honest, like, today has been a hard day for me. My upline is doing well right now, which is a good thing for her, but I'm battling with it because like, she just hasn't been there for me as a coach and for our team. And so I struggle because it's like, you know, if I'm doing well, I want my team to do well, if that makes sense. So like, I'm struggling with some of that stuff right now. And I even messaged Josh today and I was like, dude, I just got home from a team retreat. Like, I'm comparing myself. Like, I need help. Like, what am I doing wrong? And then I realized I needed to go do more personal development. But he really wants to know, like, what's the limiting belief you're telling yourself? And mine, without crying, was that I'm just not worthy enough. Like, I just feel like I'm not worthy enough of success. I have a hard time accepting success because I'm a performance person. So I judge everything I do off my performance. So I always feel like I can keep doing better. So I'm asking you, like, what's the story you're telling yourself? What are you telling yourself that's holding yourself back from your actual goals, from what you want to achieve? So whether, you know, you're not worthy enough, whether you don't have enough time, whether you don't have enough money, like, whatever that your story is that you're telling yourself, like, you need to get it out and let it be written down, and then tear it up if you need to. You know, just understanding that limiting beliefs, you know, are constantly like that story you're telling yourself because they just want to justify like your fears and your excuses that you do have. And so like, once you recognize that fact, you can do affirmations to like balance it out. So I told you that I wasn't worthy enough. And so an affirmation for myself is, I am human and I am worthy. I learn from my failures and I celebrate my successes. Like, that's something I'm telling myself every day because I struggle so much with not feeling worthy enough or not being good enough, if that makes sense. And then he said, let's see. Imagine 5 years from now, let's see, career, business, and you. So where, like, in 5 years, you know, just thinking about yourself, you know, what career do you want? What kind of business do you want to have? Who do you want to be as a person? And just really trying to do affirmations, which are just positive statements to help you be a better you. So we did these first two questions, and these first two questions took like 2-3 hours, like, because we went all the way around a circle. Everyone told theirs. People were like bawling. I was bawling. But just to hear my coaches and their limiting beliefs, like, I was heartbroken because I can tell myself that I'm not worthy enough. I can tell myself I'm not good enough, or I don't have enough time, or I'm too busy. But to hear it from my coaches who I know have the potential, like, broke my heart. But at the same time, I think them hearing it themselves, they were like, hold up. I'm worthy enough. Like, I have enough time. I can do this. And so I think it's good just to get that out, to understand what your actual dream is in life, like where you really want to be at. Figure out what that story is you're telling yourself, like what's the crap you're telling yourself, and then working on those affirmations to make those things happen. And then he brought us inside and we talked about like an action plan is how I would go with it. So he asked us just some quick questions, and I actually texted it to my husband because I want it to be a part of our business and not just mine. So I texted it to him and I told him exactly what my answers were, and I'll tell you guys too, because we're a team and I'm an open book, especially with you guys. So he asked us 3 things. The first thing was, what do you want to achieve this year? And so, you know, think to yourself right now, what do you want to achieve? It's May. So, you know, we have June and then we've got 6 months left. So 7-ish, 8 months left of the year. What do you want to achieve this year? And before you say emerald, before you say diamond, I want you to actually think, like, what do you want out of this business in a year? Do you want to pay off your student loans? Do you want to pay off your car? Do you want to make 10 grand a month? Do you want to buy a new truck with Beachbody? Do you want to open your own gym through Beachbody? Like, I want to know what you want to achieve this year. And don't you dare write down emerald or diamond, because I'm going to come back with you in just 1 second and fix that. So think of something like big picture. You have 6, 7, 8 months to do this. Okay. So here was mine. Mine was elite, be an elite coach. It means so much to me to be called an elite coach just because of the fact that it's an elite team. We will be an elite team. And that's huge for me because that word elite takes our Empower Dynasty and like lifts it up and puts it on that pedestal that we all deserve. Like we've worked our ass off for it. I shared with them that I wanted our team to be 15-star diamond because I think we talked about that as a team. And to me, that means I want 15 coaches making $1,000 a week. Like I want to help 15 of you guys make at least, if not more, $1,000 a week. Like that's my goal as a coach. I want that to happen this year. And with that happening, that means you guys are diamond and 1-star and continue going. Yes, Dana, absolutely. So that's my goal, is to help 15 of you rank advanced and get to $1,000 plus a week. I want to pay off my car, and then I also have student loans that I would like to pay off this year, which is about $55,000 together. And so that's a really big goal for me. The second question was, what should you be doing monthly to get to your goal of where you want to be at this year? Okay, so let's just say you said, I want to make $1,000 a week. Okay, what does that look like monthly for you? And so I just said, for me and my goals, like I need to help 50 people a month. Like I need to help 50 people every single month with a challenge pack, like helping them get ready on their journey and get started. I need to be recruiting 40 coaches a month. Like I need to be finding 40 Cassidy's, 40 Kylie's, 40 April's, 40 Jeannie's. Like I need to be finding 40 rockstar coaches every single month to help push our team. I'm going to be doing mastermind calls. So my Diamond Push Pod will be doing a mastermind call with me every single week, and we're just going to be moving our business forward. So if you're in my Leadership Academy, you'll be getting a one-on-one with me, like with our coaches, and we're going to go around and we're going to do just what Josh is helping me do. He's giving me all these questions to ask you and how I can help each and every one of you. So I'm basically going to like Josh coach you like in my own version. And then I just want to work really hard on sharing the vision with you guys every single month, and then fine-tuning training so you guys have everything you need to be successful. And the third question was, what have you not been doing that you need to be doing in your business? And this was kind of like an eye-opener for me. So I feel like I'm doing what I should be doing as a coach. I feel like I'm talking to my coaches. I feel like I'm talking to my challengers. And then I was like, I really need to work on tracking my business more. I need to work on making sure I'm doing all of my tasks more. So if you saw in our team page, Josh opened up his trainings to us. And so the Push Life was $99, and the Art of Recruiting is actually $200 alone. He told me that if you guys want to, you can sign up for the Push Life for $99, and he's going to give you the Art of Recruiting. So you just got $200. Like, here you go. Congratulations. And in the Art of Recruiting, you guys are going to find that business activity tracker I showed you. You're going to find that he has the exact same thing. And so what I'm going to do in our Leadership Academy is every single day, my coaches are going to go through and they're going to push like, sent my invites, posted on social media, like all the things from his tracker group, they're just going to push it in our group too. So they're like staying accountable, if that makes sense. So for myself, I need to work on tracking, and then also I need to work on inviting to the opportunity. I'm really, really, really good at talking to challengers and getting challengers, because probably like almost, I think 100% of you on this call, 90% of you on this call were challengers of mine, and you guys turned into rockstar coaches. That's where it's at. Like, that's where I think the strongest coaches come from. But it's okay to recruit outside of your challenge group. So like I said before, Jaden did a photo tonight about coaching. She could have people message her that maybe have never been in a challenge group with her before. That's what like recruiting looks like outside of it. Maybe Jody has a lot of people in her challenge group who are kicking ass right now. And she's like, hey, have you ever thought of coaching? That's like recruiting inside your challenge group. So doing both of those, I need to work on that, because I'm just really good at the challenge group part and not so much like outside. And I don't really know why that is. So that's something I'm going to work on. So again, those 3 questions were, what do you want to achieve this year? What do you want to be doing monthly to help you get there? And then what in your business have you not been doing like consistently? And so one thing I want you to think of is like, I'm going to pick on like Kylie for an example. So she is diamond right now. And I think she even said like, was it 1-star or 2? I think she might've said 3-star, maybe possibly. And Josh was like, nope, 5-star. Like, so he just like took everything that she like thought of that she could do. And then he was like, nope, you're going to go a little bit farther. And so like, that's just that mindset that he has me in too. So if you tell me like, I'm going to be emerald by the end of the month, and I tell you, no, you can do it this week, please don't take it as like, I'm a giant bitch, because I promise I'm not. I'm just like pushing you. Like, that's my mindset. And so like when Jody even said like, I could be diamond this year, and Josh was like, or this month, like it's just, that's just how it happens. Like you just push yourself. So when you're setting those goals for yourself for this year, think big picture. Today you might be a coach. Tomorrow you could be emerald. Next month you could be diamond. Like, don't put diamond at the end of August or September, October. Girl, you can freaking do that this month if you want to. You know, if you want to, the training is there. The help is there. We're doing a leadership academy. Like, all that stuff is there for you if that's something that you want to do. So push yourself. I don't care if you just signed up yesterday. If you want to be diamond, let's friggin' do it. We'll help you get there tomorrow, like this month. Like, we're here for you to help you. So when you're setting those goals for yourself, just make sure you kind of like think of Josh and you push yourself just a little bit. So basically, you guys, like, that's what we got from the training. It was, for me, it was absolutely incredible as a leader to understand and know where my coaches are right now. And I swear I wish all of you could have been there. And so I'm talking with Josh this week, and he's going to maybe do a call for our team, if that's okay with you guys. And he's going to kind of just open all of us up and like kind of do like a workshop with us, because we have some really big goals. You guys, pushing for 15-star elite means top 10, and we had our fire lit this weekend, and so we're burning it to the rest of you guys. You know, that just means 15 of us are going to freaking blow this out of the water. We're going to turn diamond, 1-star, and so on, and keep pushing together as a team. And it's such a team goal. You know, it's huge as a team, as Empower Dynasty coming together and making it happen. So hopefully that helps a little bit. I'm going to post the call from Mel. And then also, like with the whole Josh Coates thing, if you haven't seen in our team page, that Push Life community, I was going to explain just real quick about both of those. So the Push Life is basically doing your crap, doing it every day, tracking your business, and then like doing more. Like, instead of just doing 2, you might send 5 invites. Instead of doing 5, you might do 10 invites. And so it's like a Push Life community. He does lots of modules. Yours truly is in one of his modules, so you can check out that video. You have access to incredible people in the Push Life community. And this, by tonight, I think tonight's the last night. If you do like the 99 Push Life, you get the Art of Recruiting for free, which is a $200 value. And I'm not trying to sell him because I don't get anything from him. I just know that it's going to help our team like grow like crazy. His Art of Recruiting is going to take like Jaden, for an example, and her post that she did tonight, it's going to take her and it's going to like get her to recruit 10, 20, 30 coaches. Like, it shows you what to do, what to say, how to invite people. There's scripts in there, you guys. Like, I'm not even kidding you. What to post, when to post it, what to say. Scripts, like those kinds of things. Obviously it's you and your post, but at the same time, like, he's helping you with like how to word things and, you know, how to do coach sneak peeks and things like that. So Dana, it's in sorry, hang on, I see that. So it's in our team page, but if you go to joshcoates.com and you click on the Push Life, it's $99. If you just pay for the $99, you should get an email. I don't know what time frame you guys got your email, but the girls got an email that just said, like, are you a part of Megan Geese's or Emily's team? And then they set you up with Art of Recruiting for free. And so, if that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. So he told us that at the team retreat, and I was like, oh my God. So yeah, you guys can be in the Push Life, and then you guys will get Art of Recruiting for free. So it's just joshcoates.com, and then just do Push Life. And then just let me know if you don't get the email for Art of Recruiting, because it does start tonight, but you can still catch up tomorrow. And then we'll get you into that group too. So hopefully that explains a little bit. Okay. So I know it was a lot of information and stuff. I just wanted to share with you like this weekend, because I am like on a freaking, I don't want to say a high because my kids were like, oh my God, I heard you went to Colorado. I'm on like, like I'm up here with so much like energy and excitement for our team, you guys. Like, I don't think you guys realize enough, because I know I don't realize it enough when I come home and I'm like bitchy because like life isn't happening, and then I come and I sit down to my computer and I'm like, oh my God, our team is blowing up, we're going to be freaking top 10 this year. Like, don't sell your guys' self short. Like, you guys push, you guys work so hard. When I catch myself scrolling the newsfeed, luckily I see all of you guys, so I'm like, oh my gosh, my team's working, like I need to go work, I need to stop scrolling. But just understand that we are seriously on the freaking track to be top 10. And I'm blown away with that. You guys are all amazing. I don't care if you're a new coach, if you're a veteran coach, whatever it is, like every single thing that you do helps our team. Every person that you change, every live that you change, every 2B mindset that you get out, like everything helps our team. And I think that this is a huge team goal for us, and I'm so excited for that part. And then also, like to pop on and have, 16 plus whatever people on a team call, like that's huge. That's a big deal. The fact that you guys are showing up and the fact that you guys can be here. I know a lot of people have stuff going on and are going to catch the recording, but just the fact that you are here and you're part of this team, and we're growing together. So I know a lot of you are in that Josh Coates training. So this month and next month and the month after that and the month after that, your lives are going to change. Like, it's just going to blow up. It's going to be amazing. The energy we have and the momentum we have building is just incredible. It's just going to keep going. So please, please, please make sure you're as active as you possibly can in your business, with posting on social media, with the team page, with your pods. We're a community, like we're a family, you guys. Like, I talk about you guys more than I talk about Aaron sometimes. And he's like, hey, I'm Aaron, I'm your husband. But like, seriously, like I love like our team so much, and I love like how close we are. And my mom even said after this weekend, she goes, I can tell you and your girls, like I can tell when you're with your girls, and she's like, you weren't even this happy when you were in high school with your best friends. And so like, hopefully like that means a lot to you guys. I was like bawling my eyes out. I was like, oh my God, are you serious? But like, it was fun. It was an awesome retreat. I'm hoping to, do it again. He wants to do it in 6 months again. He's going to come out and chat with us and stuff again too. But it was awesome. And I hope those of you that went got a lot from it. And just, were able to hang out with our team and grow and learn. So that being said, that's all I have, but please make sure you're checking your inbox, because I sent messages out to you guys about Leadership Academy. That's my new baby. Like, that's going to be my new baby. If you're ready to do this and you want to rock your business, Leadership Academy, we're talking about our why right now, and then we're going to dive in and it's going to happen. Like, our team's just going to blow up. So if you have not gotten a message and you want to be in our Leadership Academy, just let me know. I will definitely get you added in there. But that group is going to blow up, whoever's in there. So if you're not in there, get your booty in there. And yeah, that's all I have. So you guys have questions or anything? No? April's getting attacked by her cute little baby. Okay.